Okay, now that we've analyzed in display advertising, it's time to take a look at in-stream ads, which are a bit more, I wouldn't say more complicated. Matter of fact, I think I've got in-stream ads figured out a bit better than most in display ad. Mostly they're more simple to get set up, but I think that the real power lies behind in display advertising. Look, I honestly I run both. You should run both, but in order to not get confused in the beginning, you should really get started with just one and try to see what you can do with it. Okay, so let's take a video here. As you can see, I'm a pretty wide right wing guy. Hope that doesn't make me a bad person. I know
Russia, the North.
Okay, so let's just cut sound because I'm trying to find an in-stream ad. I think this is a bit futile. Everyone has seen an in-stream ad. It's those, yes, annoying ads that really that just keep popping whenever you want to watch a video, and they never seem to stop. And I'm not finding one. Look, I live in Belgium, and in Belgium, I'm actually not targeted by too many ads. It's really weird. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm a young male, so I'm not supposed to have disposable income, so people don't really target me. But on the other hand, I'm really never seeing ads. I mean, you should come live in Belgium if you want to, if you keep being bombarded with ads. But yeah, I'm not seeing any right now, and I'm sure my US counterparts. There you go, one of these ads. Yeah, it's in French, but basically it's a really, really, really bad ad. The reason for that is it's an ad for Disneyland, okay? Look, I'm a 20-year-old man. I don't have children. I'm not taking anyone to Disneyland, okay? It's in France. It's far away, god damn it. And secondly, basically the narrator starts speaking after I've already been given the option to skip. So most people are going to skip this ad before the advertiser even gets a shot to get at me and to tell me something. I'm going to give you the blueprint to running successful ads, because 99% of the ads you're going to see on YouTube are horrible, absolutely horrible. And so that's going to make that your ad is going to stand out. But that's an in-stream ad. So the way it works, it used to be that when you clicked anywhere on the screen, you were redirected to the advertiser's website. Nowadays, not so much. You need to click on this little link right here. This link. It's one of those changes that made me weep for an entire week, because it really makes a huge difference. You think, well, if people can click on on their video, they can click on this. Well, no, they apparently they can't. It's making it a bit more complicated, but anyways, still possible to make a good profit. And if you skip the ad, you get brought to this video. Okay, so one of my in stream ad that I used to run, I'm going to show it to you. Well, apparently I didn't run it, but if you click on preview, that's how my ad looked like. Okay, so that's pretty bad, because apparently, look, I had different ads with voiceover. I'm going to try to find it now. I think it's an ad that actually ran. Okay, this is annoying. Let me try to find one. Okay, sure. Let me try to find, for example, this one. Okay, look, I had an ad with voiceover, and so this is not supposed to be it. This one has voiceover. I'm pretty sure it does. I'm sorry, I should have prepared this video. Oops, I'm a bit lazy sometimes. Okay, fine. Look, I'm not finding the video with voiceover. I'm going to find it. Okay.
Hey there, jumping into Pac fan. We have a great free game for you. If you're not a serious
Look, so a couple things to note about this ad before I give you the full blueprint. First off, this video has voiceover that starts instantly. Okay, so that's really good because you want to capture attention fast. And secondly, I was targeting a channel, right, of a YouTuber called Jump in the Pack. So basically, the ad would call the viewer and say, "Hey there, Jump in the Pack fan." So right off the bat, they're a bit interested, like, "Oh, okay, this guy knows I'm a Jump in the Pack fan." Of course, they know that I'm targeting them with, with ads, so that they're not, they're not all like, "Wow, he knows he knows me so well." They know it's advertising, but still, it's more effective. And then I tell them that we have a great free game for you. So I'm giving away something for free. Okay, so that's secondly a good thing. Number three, I say if you're not a serious gamer, you can skip this ad. Now this arrow is a bit misplaced. I should have put it a bit more on the right. That was one of my first ads, by the way, so don't hate it. Yeah, it was in February 2014. That was 2 years ago. Wow, time flies. Time really does fly. And so,
gamer, you can
actually, it could not have been in 2014. I don't know. And then once people skip the ad, they get to the video, of course. But what happens is if they click here, they were brought to my affiliate page.
skip this ad. Great. Play
And
Snippet
if
today.
they didn't skip the ad, if they did, I don't pay anything. If they didn't skip the ad, I would, sell the game a bit, say that it's, 2015's best
And
MMO,
enjoy
even though I've not played it.
2015's best MMO. Click anywhere to play Smite today.
And there you go. Look, I'm 14 seconds in the ad, and I put a big fat button on the screen for people to click and to be brought to the ad. Now, what is worth noting is nowadays big buttons don't work because you click on them, you actually pause the video instead of going to the advertiser's website. But back in the days, it made sense. And from 14 seconds all the way to 30 seconds, I don't say anything. Look, I'm not saying anything. And so someone in this, someone's watching this video at this point, right, 23 seconds in, they either click or they skip. They click, I get a click, I don't pay anything. They skip, I don't pay anything. And that ad it blew everything out of the water, okay? So that's, if you haven't figured out the blueprint, I'm going to give it to you. But that's an effective Instream ad. Okay, the Disney ad we saw earlier was awful. I want you to get it out of your mind. Alright, so in the next video, we're going to be exploring the blueprint and how you can take advantage of that. Let's talk about how to set up and how to create an effective in-stream ads. So in-stream ads are the most enticing. Usually when I teach people YouTube ads, they say, I want to do in-stream ads because they look good. They're the most well-known and they're actually pretty simple to get set up, and they're pretty short, right? So, in terms of time investment, you're just going to be creating a 30 seconds to a minute video. So it's pretty good to get your feet wet and to get started. So in-stream ads, contrary to in-display ads, have to be the closest thing to perfect that you can make them before releasing them. So it's just 60 seconds, but those 60 seconds need to be engineered to the second in order to have the highest chance of making a bang for your buck. Whereas with discovery ads, people that click the discovery ads are going to commit to watching your video, or at least the beginning of it. And so they will be passing up mistakes, and they will forgive you if you're not 100% perfect. And if the quality is just average, people are used to that on YouTube, doesn't really matter. In stream ads, however, you need to convince people to click them, which is pretty hard, but also pretty easy with this blueprint. So there you go. All right, so attention is a very valuable commodity, especially online, because everyone's trying to get it, right? Wherever there's attention, there are marketers who want to place their ad. That's why it's on TV, it's on YouTube, etc. Now, YouTube is a great place to find people who are
giving someone else attention, and that's where you come in. But again, the keyword is someone else. They weren't planning to watch your video. They perhaps were expecting it, because a lot of videos are monetized nowadays, but they weren't certainly not willing or wanting to see your ad. So your ad needs to succeed in acquiring attention. That is your ad's number one goal. If your ad can do that but does everything else badly, it's actually a good sign, because the rest is actually pretty easy to solve. But if you're not getting people's attention, you're not going anywhere with those types of ads. So let me give you my blueprint for Instream ads. So this is a timeline of what you should be striving for with the length of your ad, and which elements come first, which elements come after. And this is going to be the same, right? The same blueprint for every ad, every niche, everything you can think of, okay? And if you watch successful ads, I'm not talking about, all ads or any ad, because most ads on YouTube are actually horrible. It's like TV ads, right? It's TV ads. They just took it from the TV channel and put it on YouTube. It's horrible. If you want a successful ad, this is your blueprint. So, excuse me. A bit of water. Okay, so for the first 5 seconds, for the moment your ad starts to the moment people can actually click it, you need to capture attention, because that's the 5 seconds that they have to watch. They can't skip it. So you actually have their attention. They're forced to give you their attention for 5 seconds. So you need to capture attention, because when the 5 seconds are passed and they can actually click the skip button, they will, unless you manage to do something that's actually pretty hard to do, and that's convinced them to give you an extra 10 seconds. So the first 5 seconds, you need to capture their attention, and that's where knowing your market, knowing your product is actually extremely important. And after that, you just need to make them watch the next 10 seconds. Like, that's the goal of the first 5 seconds, is to get them to watch the next 10 seconds. And then the goal of the next 10 seconds is to get them to watch the entirety of the ad. So capture attention for the first 5 seconds. Again, if people skip your ad, it's fine. You don't pay, but you're not going to make any money either. So pretty silly. Okay, so how do you do that? Let me go back a second here. How do you capture people's attention in 1 or 5 seconds? A good thing to do, that I see a lot of good marketers doing, is to ask a question. For example, there was to take that example again, for the SEMrush software for SEO type people, I saw a guy promoting it, and I thought it was actually pretty clever. So he just filmed himself, with his iPhone, and I've seen that ad over a period of about 2 months. So it was definitely making him money, or else he wouldn't be running it for that long. So for the first 5 seconds, all he did was ask, hey, how many #1 rankings do you have on Google? Like, those were his his first 5 seconds. And he was placing that ad on a bunch of SEO related videos. So he knew people were interested in SEO, trying to get ranks, right? So that was the introduction. Hey, how many rank #1 do you have? That works, right? You can use shocking statistics, right? On an affiliate marketing video, you could say, hey, did you know ClickBank created 1,000 millionaires since it was introduced, which is a true fact. I mean, that's going to get your attention, okay? So you need to start with something that's direct, something that's easy to understand, and something that's related. Question, it could be a question, it could be an affirmation, it doesn't matter. It needs to capture attention. All right, so after those 5 seconds, what you could do is explain or demonstrate, which is usually better, why you or your product are qualified to help them to improve to improve their business, or simply to reach the goal that they're looking for while browsing on that video. So the guy, again, for that example, he said, hi, I'm Alex Becker. He's a pretty well-known dude, very influential affiliate marketer and internet marketer. And he said, look, I'm Alex Becker. You can Google me. I have plenty of #1 rankings, and I have a 7-figure business, and I teach people how to get the results that I have got. And then he shows a few screenshots about his businesses, himself, speaking on stage. So he gives a couple of things. First off, social proof. He gives proof that other people are listening to him. if other people are listening to you, someone is more likely to listen to you too, right? No one listens to the beggar, everyone listens to the king. So that's what you should do in the first 20 seconds. If you have proof, if you have screenshots, if you have ever done something that in front of an audience, that's where you need to point it out, okay? You don't need to sound salesy, you just need to tell them about your results, and those should be the results that they desire to get to. Now, 20 to 60 seconds, eliminate pain points. It doesn't necessarily have to be that long, right? 20 to 60 seconds is a long time, but the chances are if someone watched your ad to the 20-second mark, means one of two things. Either they're legitimately interested and they might click, or they've just gone to get a cup of coffee and then there's nothing you can do about it. But 20 seconds, if they've made it that far, then you can actually start speaking a bit more slowly, get a bit more serious, because you've got their attention again. So eliminate pain points. This guy was running an ad for a webinar, and what he said was, look, I'm holding a live event, right? It's free. So again, pain points, money, spending is a pain point. So if you have a free offer, low ticket offer, you just say, or an opt-in, right? You could say free. The word free is very powerful. Use it as many times as you can. And he said, look, you can sign up in 10 seconds. You click this link, you sign up, it takes 10 seconds, and I'm going to blow your mind, and it's free, right? So doesn't take long. People can still watch their video afterwards, right? They can opt in and come back to the video. They don't have to, forget about watching the video they were planning to watch. They can do both. It's free, and it's actually going to be good, right? So simple, fast, free, and valuable. Like that's how much better can anything get, right? So you need to convey that, and every product, every offer you have, you can find a way to say that. So. And then 60 seconds to the end of the video. If your video ends before that, it doesn't matter, but the end of the video is a call to action. So that would be click the button, click the link at the the bottom left of your screen, then a little arrow, etc. I'll see you on the webinar. Enjoy the video you wanted to watch. Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving me a chance, etc. So sound humble, and get them to click the link, whatever that is. Welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to find placements for your Instream ads. So as you know, and as I've explained previously, you're going to be targeting mostly keywords for discovery ads, but you're going to be focusing on very specific videos to place your Instream ads. So you can even go as precise as placing your ads on just one video. You could choose one video that has like a lot of views. And you could decide to place your ad just on that one video. And this is so powerful because you really, if someone's watching a certain video, you can tell what, how they landed on that video, what that video is about, what they're interested in. It is just so, so precise, so targeted. But anyways, so in order to find those videos, those placements, we're going to cover, again, 2 other ways to do this. The same ways, basically. The manual way, which is free, and then the using this software I told you about, which is StupSift, and which is, in my opinion, really worth giving a shot. Anyways, let's say again we're targeting weight loss, for example, this time weight loss. So you'd go ahead and you type in keywords related to your niche. Now you want probably to sort by view count, just so you get popular videos first, and then there you go. You're going to have to do this with a bunch of keywords or until you find a sufficient number of videos. So you're going to want to hand pick the videos here that you think fit your subject. For example, let's say you have a product that's about weight loss for women. So this one would make a lot of sense, right? So open the video, and you're going to be wanting to look for this little, basically if an ad is showing on the video, if there's a little, yellow stamp somewhere around the timeline, it means that the video is monetized. If the video is monetized, it means you can run your ads on that video. So take the URL here, copy it, and paste it into a text file. And so what you want to do is you want to go one by one and take a look at the videos. There you go. This one is monetized too, so you can get the URL. you could go ahead and try again with another video. This one is monetized too. You can get a URL, get the URL. Sometimes you're not going to see any ad. It doesn't mean the video is not monetized. It just means maybe that no ads were, playing on that video at that time. So what you can do is you can just reload the page, and there you go. So that's the manual way to do it, and you're going to be building a big list of URLs that way. And what you can also do is you can try to, if for example, if the channel is a weight loss channel, you can go ahead and take a look at what other videos this lady has. And if she has videos, okay, so obviously the channel is all about exercising and losing weight, so that would be pretty good. What you can do is you can just copy the URL here and use that. So that means that your ads are going to appear on every single video on her channel, right? So instead of having to handpick videos, you can go ahead and decide to run it on dozens of popular videos. But you need to make sure that the channel only has videos about weight loss, because for example, this one is called Ways and How. I'm going to assume that it's a channel about a lot of different stuff, and you're going to get your ads running on videos, on all of the videos. So you need to make sure that the channel is only about that topic that you're targeting. So that's the manual way to do this. Now, as you probably can expect, it's going to take a while. In TubeSift, what you can do is you can head to placement lists. Oh no, never mind. Channel search, excuse me. Wait, no, video search. Oh man, oh boy. And type in weight loss, or whatever your keyword is really. And max results, let's go with a 50. Obviously it's going to find more than that, but I just wanted to load pretty fast, right? So just click on search, and as you can see, it's going to scan all videos, and it's going to exclude videos that are not monetized, and it's going to keep videos that are monetized. So that's that's the way it's going to happen. So just wait it out, wait for it to gather all the keywords, and I'll come back once it's done. Alright, so we've got our keywords, and you can select them all, or you can export them, in which case it's going to export in a CSV file, which is really cool because you can just upload that directly to AdWords. So that's how you get channel placements. Whatever way you decide to go with, it's all good. Okay, let's now cover how to upload and target an in-stream ad. It's pretty much the same thing as in display ads, except it's slightly different. Okay, it's not the same thing in terms of targeting. But let's go click on campaign, click video. Now all of the metrics that we covered earlier are going to be the same. All right, budget, let's go with $10 a day. Untick video partner on the display network, and click on save and continue. Now your YouTube video, I'm going to select one of my in-stream ads here. It's been running before, but I'll use it as an example. You want to enter the URL here, click in-stream ads, and for the display URL, okay, so the display URL needs to be the domain, all right, where people are going to land once they click on the video, just the domain name. So if your website is called lifestylehacks.com, you should go with 3w.lifestylehacks.com. Now the final URL, this is this is the display. Now for the final URL, this is the tracking link. Again, if you've used Improvely, if you have a link that's a bit weird with slash something.html, you don't necessarily want it to be displayed, but that's where people land. So you would type in the entire URL here, right? Now use auto-generated image from videos in your channel. So that's the companion banner. The companion banner is actually a banner that is going to show up next to the video until people skip it. So it's an image. You can either make it in Photoshop, or you can use an auto-generated one. Again, both are fine. You can use PicMonkey for those two. Now the CPV, this is going to be slightly different. In-stream ads are more expensive. Okay, so if you type in 1 cent, oh, come on, 1 cent. you're probably not going to spend your entire, but oh, you are actually, but it's going to be probably reduced. My average cost per view when targeting the US and such countries is about 7 cents per click. So don't necessarily follow the indication here. This sometimes is broken. This sometimes doesn't really reflect what you'll be spending. All right, it's just an estimation. And then for targeting, you need to add placements. And placements here are the list, the text file with all the video or channel URLs that you get from the placement research video. Copy and paste them there and click on done. Hey, welcome to this video on split testing your way to profit. So this is a video that you can definitely not ignore or pass up, and it's something that I see a lot of marketers, a lot of companies actually not doing, or at least it's not that obvious. And yet it's actually, I would say, if you know how to do this, right, if you know how to make an ad, and if you know how to split test efficiently, then you are guaranteed to make profit. I know guaranteed is a word that is pretty hard to use, right? Guaranteed. Split testing is a constant battle between variations of a same ad and is paramount to long-term success. So split testing basically means that you create an ad, either it's a video, let's say a video ad. Again, this works for Facebook, everything, Bing, AdWords, anyways, but let's say you create a video ad. And instead of just uploading it and seeing how it does, what you would do is you would create two variations of it, slightly different. And usually you want to make more than two variations. You want to make at least 10, right? So it would either be the same video with a different thumbnail for discovery ads, or it could be the same video with each time a different voiceover for Instream ads. But basically you create a bunch of different variations, and what you do is you change just one element, right? So let's say you have two videos. You have one video with a certain voiceover and one video with another voiceover. If you go ahead and change other parts of the ads, like the length, what the people say, etc., and one ad actually does better than the other, you won't be able to tell why it did better. That's why you only want to split test one single variable, right? So the same text, the same ad, except the ad is being spoken by different two people. And then if one ad is outperforming the other, it means that the voice is better because the audience is the same, the content is the same, but it means the voice works better. And so once you know that, you can split test other things. You can split test the call to action at the end, and only the call to action. So that's why it's a constant battle between two variations with just one single angle that's different, one single element. So split testing requires you to be focused and organized. Now, unfortunately for you, we are in the 21st century and there are softwares that automate all of this, but you still need to be a bit meticulous in how you do it. Now, split testing has the superpower to turn a failing ad into a 6-figure or 5-figure a day one. And I've seen that before, and I've had some ads that I thought, man, that's just not gonna work out. And that ended up doing really, really well. So split testing over time is going to increase your return on investment, sometimes drastically, sometimes slowly, but it's actually going to increase your return on the investment. All right, so all ad spend gives you insight into your market unless you don't look for it. If an ad fails, you might be thinking, okay, I just put $100 and learned nothing or got nothing from it, but that's not true. There's a reason your ad failed. And if you take a look at the data that you'll have in your AdWords account, you can make out what the problem was. Now, something I want to make very clear, and that's that split testing never ends, okay? Of course, if you've split tested an ad for years and it's doing well, you can just kind of give up on it and run it. I mean, it's good, it's been perfected. But usually what you want to do is you want to split test indefinitely, right? There's always a slight improvement to the ad that could be done, right? And you're only going to find out by split testing it. So let's say you start with an ad, it's variation A, you make 3 other variations, and you notice that thumbnail with a blue background works better, okay, than any other color. So what do you know? You know that the blue in the thumbnail is the best color, right? So every single one of your variations from now on will have a blue thumbnail. Then what you do is you say, okay, fine. Now I'm going to add caps lock in the title. All right, you try that out. Caps lock seems to work. Okay, then you know that for now on your ad will have a blue background and caps lock in the title. That's how you perfect every single element of your ad. And it does take some time, of course. So why is it so important? Well, let's take an example. Let's say an ad brings you $1.20 for every dollar spent. So you create two other variations, right? So that's already a winning ad. You should be pretty happy. Now, what most marketers will do is they'll just run it, and every time they spend $1, they'll make 20 cents profit, and then that'll be it for them, right? Let's say you create two other variations. One of them, right? So ad B makes 98 cents for every dollar. You spend $20 to figure that out, and obviously, since it's working, since it's actually worse than the first ad, you are actually going to cut it, right? You delete the ad and you leave it at that. And ad C makes $1.30 for every dollar. A slight variation can have a lot of impact on your downline. So that may not seem like a lot, right? It's a difference of 10 cents. But if you go ahead and spend $10,000 on ads, just the fact that you made a slight variation to test it out is going to earn you an extra $1,000. And that money is going to increase every time you split test, because most of the time you're going to find a better working ad. If you have an ad that's working well and you do 10 variations of it, 7 or 8 might be bad variations, but there's usually one that works better. And that means that your ad is going to make you more money. And just because you weren't lazy and split tested a few metrics, you get that extra $1,000. So ads can always improve. That's why I say that split testing never ends. All right. And as it turns out, split testing is pretty easy to do with video ads. Now, what can you split test? You can split test everything under the sun, right? Everything under the sun. But usually you want to split test a couple things before. The title of your video, right? Upload 2 ads, the same ads, different titles. Audiences, that's the big one, of course. Audiences is not really split testing, it's rather trying to find your targeting right. Description, right? The description of your video if it's in display. The thumbnail, the video content, right? The way you structure content. Voice artists, landing pages, products. I mean, I'm talking everything. Tags, you can split test. Again, the product, different landing pages for the same product. You can split test tone of your voice. You can split test call to action. You can split test opening phrase, outro statement. You can, and see, that's the thing. And all of this can usually be done easily because, a lot of marketers don't do this, which is bad, but a lot of marketers do. So Google and YouTube ads actually give you usually very easy tools to do this, right? So you can create 2 variations, they'll give you the metrics of what works better. And also, what you can do is when you're editing your ad, you can actually do very slight variations in the editing and export the same video. So you'll have 2 videos slightly different, and it only takes a minute or 2. All right. So what can you split test again? Split test everything and run the winning ads there. So put all of your money inside the winning ads and test the winning ads too, right? If you find a winning ad, doesn't mean that it's the best of all ads, right? You can also always find a better variation. Now, my piece of advice before I leave it at that is use Improvely. It's Improvely, not Improperly. Improvely, my apologies, to track everything. Improvely, go check it out. They have video tutorials. It makes it really easy to find out what ads or what variations are bringing in the most money and which ones are just wasting and